Like, I see it now, but how do I get to it? Maybe I miss. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I'm so fucking dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
Rook?
What do you need?
Never mind.
Talk to me.
Found the
What's
other
up?
crystal?
Great. Slot it in.
No, I don't want Pilar, but I'm gonna do a replay too. And I'm gonna get Pilar. Bro, if the assassin combat is good, I have to check out Mage. Mage the most. I'm gonna be a male mage. Human. Human. I don't think it matters, actually. I don't think your gender in this game actually matters.
Done.
Maybe. I don't know.
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Or will be. It takes a lot out of you, all those little magic bits. Not hard, just exhausting. But it needs to be done, and done right.
Yeah. Keeping reality from falling apart is important. But other veil jumpers can do this. Why not let them?
Because maybe then I can make up for it.
Make up for what?
For not being good enough when it counted. I'm sorry, I can't. Not right now.
Laura, I'm,
My brother.
what?
Back there. You asked me why I did this. Why I put myself out here. For him. For my brother. Wherever he is.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up.
It's okay. Well, no, it's not okay. But not because of you. Syrian. That was his name. We were the same, you know? In a lot of ways. We wanted to learn everything. About Elvenon, the magic, the people, all of it. We heard about the Notistrathalen, figured it had the answers, or some of them. Then Arlathan started going wrong. I joined the Veil Jumpers to help people. And he kept looking, kept putting himself in danger. It should have been safe. I know, I checked that artifact 3 times. I guess it should have been 4. Artifact started pulsing. He was too close. I couldn't find my way in. They called him a hero. Wanted to make a statue. They thought it would make it all okay.
You loved him. They loved the idea of him.
They never knew him. Not really. Didn't know why he did what he did. Syrian, he felt responsible for our people, for me, my little brother. He thought he needed to take care of me. He called me Vora Shivan, Hummingbird, in Elven. Said it was because I could never sit still. But he loved me for it. Said it kept him thinking, trying to keep up. And he helped me too. He kept me focused, anchored. And now he's gone. Because I wasn't good enough.
It's not your fault. You have to know that.
Then why does it feel like it was?
You lost someone important. Guilt's part of that. But if you don't learn to get past it, you'll drown.
I wish it were that easy. I've tried. Told myself I couldn't have done anything, and my head believes it. But my heart doesn't. So I try to make up for it. Honor him. Learn about our people. Find the truth. Maybe when I do, I'll feel it.
Feel what?
That he forgives me. And that I deserve it. We should head back. Rook. Thank you for being here.
I love her. I want to be with her, but I picked Harding. I picked Harding over her because, look, it's Harding. She's adorable. Bro, in this game, she cute. She cute as fuck. She is adorable. But Valara is so beautiful. She's pretty. She's pretty. I think she... I don't know. But Harding is a character I know already. And it's a character I was trying to get with in the last game. So, you know, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not be with Harding? This is my opportunity. Maybe the opportunity has arisen. I don't just play these games for the romance. I really do be playing this game just for shits and giggles. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. We're done here, I think. Everything else is meh. We gotta go where? Our Neva's required. Well, we'll bring Sonus with us since he's new. Why not? Why not bring the new guy in for his first big mission?
Fewer people than I expected. Let's find Asher.
Asher?
The Viper. He prefers to be called Asher in private. Said I could tell you.
Trouble in the Unfallen. Darkspawn.
But those tunnels are safe passage for...
I know. You've had to close that entrance.
We can help. We've recently had to deal with Blight. Those Darkspawn have to be destroyed before they get out into the city.
If you get through, signal the all clear at the hidden door.
This is troubling. Darkspawn in the city.
And in one of the worst places. The shadows rely on those tunnels to rescue people.
I'm just the assistant.
Difficult to cultivate the second stage of the true dragon technique successfully. If he cultivated it recklessly, he might waste the precious materials that he had obtained through immense effort. Therefore, if he cultivated it, he must ensure success within a single attempt. Lu Ming continued to hone his true war dragon technique diligently. After 8 days, Lu Ming's cultivation was fully stable at last. Even so, he spent 2 more days assimilating the essential chi in his body until it was incomparably refined. Only then was he prepared to begin tackling the second stage of the true war dragon technique. Now I must prepare the materials. Lu Ming took out the spirit condensing fluid, the blood of the lightning leopard, the blood
Welcome
of
to the
his
shop.
and other
I'm
materials.
Nonzai.
He measured
And
them
if
out
you
and
need
mixed these
to start.
according to the steps listed out in the true war dragon technique. Although he was not an alchemist, this was not a process of refining pills. It was a simple mixture that he could achieve easily. After these materials were mixed together, they formed a blood-red liquid that gave off a wisp of fragrance. Begin. After the materials were prepared, Lu Ming sat cross-legged on his head, then swallowed the resulting blood-red liquid all in one gulp. After swallowing it, this blood-red liquid seemed to erupt like a volcano, flaring up with waves of scorching energy that surged towards his meridian. Once it entered his meridian, it combined with his essential chi, and finally entered the chi cyclone in his danshin. Buzz buzz. This burst of energy was crackling with intense lightning as it started to refine Lu Ming's essential chi. Lu Ming mobilized the true war dragon technique at full force, working with this energy to charge towards the second stage of the true war dragon technique. Chapter 54, Elder Mulan Translator, Endless Fantasy Translation Editor, Endless Fantasy
back soon.
Translation.
With-
After half a day, a rumble
Oh.
rose within Lu Ming's body like the faint roar of a dragon. The chi cyclone in his danshin started to revolve furiously as the spiritual energy of the world converged wildly upon his body. Lu Ming's body was like a bottomless pit that frantically consumed spiritual energy. Even Hua Chi and Pang Shai in the other 2 rooms were startled. This is Lu Ming's cultivation level. Has he broken through? Why is there such a massive reaction? The speed at which spiritual energy is being devoured is even scarier than a 5th level blood meridian. Did Lu Ming's blood meridian actually surpass the 5th level? Hua Kai's eyes widened in awe. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The commotion only died after a while. In the room, Lu Ming opened his eyes. The second stage of the true war dragon technique is finally cultivated. What rich and condensed essential chi. Lu Ming examined the surging compact essential chi in his body with an expression of ecstasy. Currently, his essential chi was 3 times that of most people. Of course, most people in this context meant those who cultivated the yellow level techniques. This was because the higher the level of the cultivated technique was, the more sorts of mystical abilities one would have.
Hey,
The resulting essential chi cultivated through level techniques would be richer and denser, and of course, that could not possibly reach an extent as fierce as the true dragon technique. After that, Lu Ming got up and exited the room. Having cultivated for 10 days or so, he wanted to take a stroll outside and relax. The moment he was out of his room, he saw that Hua Chi and Pang Shai
The unworthy should have entered this way. The passage is hidden by a wall clock. Crematorium. Quiet, close to a shop.
There. Is that the wall carving you mentioned?
That's the one. There's a switch behind the serpent's head on the left.
He had been busy cultivating and practically did not step out at all. Then, let's go together. Got it. Second degree. He had just finished his period of cultivation, so without view. Logging had only begun cultivating for a few months. During this time, his cultivation had improved by leaps and bounds. On the other hand,
Don't
he
like
had
the
been
sound of
clicking
that.
certain bases, so attending a lecture would surely benefit him.
He's gotta clear the
Pang
obstacles
Shai walked
somehow.
side by side while Hua Chi trailed behind with a stormy expression. The elders might chose the other side of the building. There was a gigantic spark which campaign passes were arranged. At that moment, there
That
were
did
already
it.
a few
We can get through
sitting
now.
on the passes in the square. They were all moving. Moving is here. I heard that after the big challenge,
Eyes on
his mind showed them that the apprentices stopped there was changes.
Reinforcements. We can't let them reach the shadow dragon hideout. Even more Minotauri? We have to take out the leader. We need to find the other weapon. Let's take that one. That's one for us. Under fire. Watch it.
Strength is mine.
The expressions as they stared at me behind women. Most of these apprentices were 15 to 16.
Now's your chance.
We'll be giving you a lecture today. Let's
Those darkspawn and Venatori were on the same side.
She's so young. Don't you know anything? Let me tell you, Elder Mulan has outstanding talent and unparalleled beauty. She's only 20 years old, yet her cultivation is immeasurably profound. She's very likely to become the next Gold Road apprentice. Behind them, Hua Chi curled
I
his
know,
lips,
and that
his
worries
hand
me.
his eyes fixed
At least that seems to be the last of them.
It should be safe if the shadows choose the entrance again.
Let's find it and tell them to open up.
Curiously, in the mystical sense, prodigies would not become elders. The roles of elders and attendants usually fell upon those who were older, or in other words, those whose potential had been exhausted. Yu Len's current age and her cultivation. Furthermore, she had such exceptional talent. It was rare for someone like her to become an elder. I don't know either. There aren't many who would know why Elder Mulan suddenly chose to become an elder. Elder Mulan is my goddess. My goal is to become a preeminent expert and succeed in her. Hua Chi for the expression of love struck me. A But then, Yu Lan sat cross-legged on a cattail cassock and said, "All right, let's begin the lecture. First of all, let's talk about the Novice Realm." She started to discuss some details regarding the Novice Realm, explaining the aspects to pay attention to, as well as the purpose of this realm. Her lecture was very detailed and covered all areas. After she finished speaking about the Novice Realm, she moved on to the Warrior Realm, then the Master Realm. Lu Ming listened very closely. There were actually many things he had not noticed before, or simply had not understood. After the lecture, he felt that he had learned a lot. Moreover, he was secretly stunned by the depths of Yu Lan's learning and the keenness of her understanding. The lecture lasted for 2 hours before Yu Lan stopped. "All right, that's all for today. You may leave." She waved her hand, then directed her gaze at Lu Ming and called out, "Lu Ming, stay
There
behind."
it is.
Very well.
An entrance back into the shop.
Taken aback and quickly nodded. Even so, Yu Lan's words had caused him whispers. Why did Elder Yu Lan ask Lu Ming to stay? Would they know each other? Surely Elder Yu Lan hasn't taken a fancy to her. But how's that possible? Elder Yu Lan is my goddess, so it's definitely impossible. Oh, how I envy Lu Ming. He gets to be alone with Elder Yu Lan.
It's Rook.
Elder Yu
All
Lan
clear
is
down here.
that gorgeous.
Nice work.
If I
I'll
could
get the
marry
door.
her, I'll be willing to give up 10 years of my life. Stop daydreaming.
Good
The
that you're still
impression
standing.
stared
Best
at
let
her
Asher
with
know.
admiration and resentment. Lu Ming smiled bitterly. Yu Lan's charm was truly too powerful. How could this be? Why would Elder Yu Lan ask Lu Ming alone to stay back? Lu Ming, you'd better behave honorably. Otherwise, I'll have to deal with you. Watching glowered at Lu Ming in anguish, wishing desperately that it was he who got to stay behind.
How did the Venatori even know about the shop? Isn't it supposed to be a secret?
We help people in Dogtown. They know where we are. Someone
Everyone
might have talked about the shop. People spreading rumors, that's easy to handle. But Darkspawn, that's different.
Translator, Endless Fantasy Translation Editor, Endless Fantasy Translation. Lu Ming, after a few months apart, you haven't disappointed me and me. Yu Lan wore a pondering smile, her large eyes shining as she gazed at Lu Ming. There was none of the solemnity from her lecture just now. Lu Ming's heart was pounding erratically for being at such a close distance to her. Elder Yu Lan, why did you ask me to stay behind? Yu Lan grinned. There's no need to be so formal. Treat me as your senior sister. Senior sister Yu. Lu Ming performed a fist salute. Lu Ming, you've caused quite an
You really saved our skins there, Rook. This Darkspawn could have destroyed us.
It wasn't just Darkspawn. Venatori were there too, and they weren't fighting each other.
How is that possible? Darkspawn attack all living things.
Darkspawn are blighted. If the gods control the blight, they might control the Darkspawn.
Easily surmised, so there was no need to cover it up. I knew it. Still, you must be careful. Yunanwu Ju is a rare genius of the Yunanwu family. They won't let you get away with it so easily. Plus, you've challenged Ning Fun. Are you sure about victory? Yu Lan asked rather worriedly. I'm about 60, 70%.
Let's not jump to conclusions before we have more answers.
If you're looking for answers about the Venatori, I may have a lead. A warehouse on the other side of the city. Lots of cult activity. And some of them were spotted headed towards a shop. Could be a coincidence, or it could be something more.
It's worth a look.
Agreed. Rook,
Let's go.
Mystical sword set were divided into ordinary elders, silver-robed elders, and gold-robed elders. Silver-robed elders and gold-robed elders had substantial authorities.
Nice to see the Viper's still making waves around the city.
he made his name freeing slaves and supporting their rebellion. He won't stop until slavery ends in Tevinter.
That was the chief elder. The chief elder was the highest rank among the ordinary elders, second only to silver-robed elders. Of course, his cultivation was formidable as well. Lu Ming had once heard Kung Wu mention that Yu Lan was a chief elder in the Vermilion Bird Hall. However, there's one thing you're definitely unaware of. Ning Feng's father has pledged allegiance to the Kung Wu family. Therefore, this time around, the Kung Wu family will surely support Ning Feng with all they have. Ning Feng is already a top 6 grade master in the first place, but I'm most afraid of his
Interested in something like this? I can
Lang's
help.
expression was serious. HMPH, the Yangwu family again. Lu Ming's eyes flashed icily. Therefore, Lu Ming
always welcome to
was
practice.
How about a painting?
Yu Lan said, "Really? In that case, senior sister Yu Lan."
So the Viper's real name is Asher?
A middle name. He calls himself Viper at first impression. Or so he says.
What do you mean?
Asher just doesn't have the same impact, does it?
Why do you need so many contribution points? Your Newbies test awarded you with 7,000 contribution points. In total, that used up. New Land was rather speechless. He used 7,000 contribution points up in such a short time. Did Luming need his contribution points or something? That's right, they're used up. Senior sister Mu Lan, could you lend me some? He pouted at Mu Lan pitifully. All right, give me your identity jade piece, she said. Luming took out his identity jade piece and handed it to her. After she took it and then took out her own identity jade piece, she placed the two identity jade pieces together, then channeled her essential chi. The light of the jade pieces started to twinkle. Mu Lan's and when Luming took back his identity jade piece and looked, he had an additional 3,000 contribution points. Luming, when you've earned some contribution points, you must pay me back. You know very well that women have huge expenses. Mu Lan fixed Luming with her unwavering stare with distress plain on her face. How petty of you when you were just proudly announcing that I should ask you if I need any help, Luming muttered to himself darkly. What did you say? Mu Lan gave him a sudden glare that pinned him down viciously. Nothing, I didn't say anything. Senior sister Mu Lan, I'm going back to cultivate. Luming tore off in a hurry. As she stared into the direction where Luming had left, Mu Lan's face broke into a smile again, and she said softly, how interesting. Luming, I hope you don't disappoint me. Although it's still a long way for now, one day you just might have a chance to enter that place. With that, she got up and left as well. Upon returning to his residence, Luming went into the seat, reached sharply, then sat down cross-legged. He took out a jade box and opened it. 10 crystal pieces were nestled inside. Each of these crystals was sealed in 9 blood-red drops of blood essence. These 10 crystals contained 4th grade 2nd level demonic beast blood essence. Luming picked up a piece and pinched it forcefully. Inscriptions flickered upon the surface of the spirit sealing crystal. And, following that, the spirit sealing crystal shattered into a pile of fragments. 9 drops of demonic beast blood essence floated up. Devoured. Luming immediately controlled his blood meridian to create a powerful suction, consuming the 9 drops of blood essence. In a short while, they transformed into energy that surged throughout his body. Luming activated the True War Dragon technique, starting to absorb and cultivate this energy. His cultivation levels swiftly advanced. Soon enough, the blood essence of a single demonic beast was fully processed. The vital energy contained within the blood essence is less potent than that of a fresh kid. Luming was carefully evaluating the situation. This was to be expected. Although the spirit sealing crystal would seal off energy loss, it was not 100% effective. So it would still be lost regardless. Let's go on. Luming shattered a second spirit sealing crystal and began cultivating. In a flash, a whole day passed. The 10 portions of 4th grade 2nd level demonic beast blood essence had been completely cultivated. Even so, Luming's cultivation did not progress to the 4th grade master realm. He was still at the top of the 3rd grade master realm. As expected, after honing the 2nd stage of the True War Dragon technique, it takes up even more energy, Luming pondered hopelessly. Before this, at the 1st stage of the True War Dragon technique, the density of his essential chi was 2 times greater than ordinary essential chi. At that time, the energy required to advance his cultivation was 3 times more than other essential chi. Now that the density of his essential chi was 3 times greater than usual, the required energy was 9 times more than other essential chi. It was a terrifying 9-fold increase. Another aspect was that his blood meridian still had not leveled up. It was still a 3rd level blood meridian. He had consumed the blood essence of 10 4th grade 2nd level demonic beasts, yet he still had not leveled up. Logically, his blood meridian should have increased in level. Was a 3rd level blood meridian really his limit? Luming would not accept that. I don't care. You reap what you sow. After all, I'll go on cultivating. He took out another jade box. This one contained 10 portions of 5th grade 2nd level demonic beast blood essence. Following that, he began to devour and refine the 5th grade 2nd level demonic beast blood essence. As expected of a 5th grade 2nd level demonic beast blood essence, the vital energy it contained was many times more than that of a 4th grade 2nd level. After Luming had processed the blood essence of 6 5th grade 2nd level demonic beasts, his cultivation finally experienced breakthrough, reaching the 4th grade master realm. Chapter 56, Evolved Blood Meridian Translator, Endless Fantasy Translation Editor, Endless Fantasy Translation. Luming opened his eyes and a radiant gleam flashed in his eyes. 4th grade master realm. The devouring speed of the blood essence is terrifying indeed. It only took a day for me to go from the beginner stage of the 3rd grade master realm to the 4th grade master realm. However, this isn't enough. Big Ben's a top 6th grade master, and no one knows if he'll break this time. I've got him through further. Lu Ming made his way to the contribution call once again. This time, he has changed the 80,000 taels of silver he got from the set contribution points. 80,000 taels of silver for equivalent of 800 set contribution points. With his own 700 points, and the 3,000 points Lu Ming borrowed from Yu Lan, he had a total of 4,500 points, and he exchanged everything with Demonic Beast's Blood Essence. Lu Ming got 15 portions of 5th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast's Blood Essence, 100 set contribution points each, and another 15 portions of 6th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast's Blood Essence, 200 set contribution points each. In the blink of an eye, he finished all his set contribution points. Poor. I'm simply too poor, Lu Ming sighed. He continued with his cultivation when he got back to his room. 2 days later, Lu Ming had devoured a total of 19 5th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast Blood Essence, including the 4 portions he previously purchased. His cultivation reached the top of the 4th grade master realm, so he was just a sliver more to the peak of the top of the 4th grade master realm. After the 5th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast's Blood Essences, Lu Ming continued devouring 6th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast's Blood Essences. With nearly 3 portions, Lu Ming's cultivation reached peak top 4th grade master realm. As he continued devouring 3 more 6th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast's Blood Essence, there were no signs of improvement in his cultivation, which meant that he had no hope of reaching the 5th grade master realm anytime soon. My cultivation was raised too quickly, my essential keys tainted and my foundations shaky. I've got to stop to consolidate and reinforce my cultivation. Lu Ming laughed bitterly. Lu Ming focused fully on reinforcing his cultivation, temporarily putting devouring blood essence aside. He also practiced his martial arts techniques in his spare time. 10 days had passed, and it was barely 2 days away from the agreement with Ning Fun a month ago. In the span of these 10 days, Lu Ming's Flame Dragon Fist had reached the 6th stage, with the martial arts. However, no matter how much Lu Ming practiced, his lustrous sword technique remained stagnant at the 5th stage. Besides that, he was almost done reinforcing his cultivation. I'll start breaking with it now. Lu Ming started attempting cultivation breakthroughs after devouring 4 6th grade 2nd level Demonic Beast's Blood Essences. Roar, roar. The Demonic Beast's Blood Essence transformed into streams of dragon-like essential chi that grew larger as they soared in Lu Ming's meridians. Eventually, all the dragon-like essential chi gathered at the Chi Cyclone in the Danshan. Whoosh, whoosh. After 1.5 days, Lu Ming's Chi Cyclone spun quickly, and with a shudder, it expanded to 2 times its original size. I finally broken through to 5th grade master realm. Lu Ming opened his eyes happily. Buzz. He felt a numbing sensation on his spine, and in a burst of red light, a finger-sized spirit-devouring worm appeared, tumbling about in the air. The spirit-devouring worm began to lengthen and thicken. In 2 hours, it became like a small snake that was as thick as a thumb and about 50 centimeters long. Yes, it did look like a little black, scaly snake hovering in the air. There were 4 bright red meridian focal points on that little snake. In terms of advancement, Lu Ming's blood meridians had finally advanced, but they needed more blood essence than expected. This advancement also came with a change in appearance for Lu Ming's blood meridian. I don't think I can call this orb anymore, right? Should I change its name to Snake ? Lu Ming was confused. This was unheard of, a blood meridian that could advance in levels and evolve. I'm not sure if it will continue evolving in the future. You know what? I'll just call it the Spirit Devourer then, Lu Ming thought enthusiastically. In one of the more spacious courtyards in the Vermilion Bird Hall stood 2 figures. It was Ning Kong, and the other one was Ning Kong, his father. Fender, how confident are you in defeating Lu Ming? Ning Kong asked. Don't worry, Dad. I'll surely kill Lu Ming on the Vermilion Bird stage, Ning Fun replied confidently. Don't undervalue your enemy, Fender. This Lu Ming's the apprentice champion, and he initiated the challenge, so he must have something up his sleeve. Don't underestimate him, Ning Kong advised. Ning Fun laughed and said, I wouldn't be so sure before this, Dad, but my cultivation broke through to another level yesterday. You broke through? Fender, did you just say you broke through? Ning Kong was overjoyed. Yes, Dad, Ning Fun chuckled. An aura stronger than a top 6th grade master radiated from within him. Hahaha, good, I'm more at ease now. The Duanmu family has placed a lot of emphasis on this matter, so as long as you kill Lu Ming, our position in the Duanmu family will rise to greater heights. The Duanmu family is gradually growing in power and influence, which means we'll be in a better place if we continue serving them faithfully. Ning Kong laughed as he passed the jade bottle to Ning Feng. Fenner, here's a spirit-exploding pill I've requested from the Duanmu family. It was meant for you to kill Lu Ming, but since you have broken through in your cultivation, you probably won't need it. Still, bring it with you, just in case. Thanks, Dad. Ning Feng took the jade bottle. All right, time's almost up. Let's head over to the Vermilion Bird
Nothing
stage,
twice
said Ning Feng. On the other side,
did you find
Lu Ming
it?
packed up and
The
walked out with his
Venezuelan
group, only to
servant
see
Gillen
Hua Chi and
Neal
Pang Shai
They
waiting
gave
for
the
him.
control of
See
the
your brother
Venezuela.
Lu, we'll go with
Great.
you. Pang Shai
So
said,
what, the
don't you
Venezuela
dare
got even
lose,
more
Lu Ming.
trouble?
You can only lose to me, apprentice champion, Hua Chi said coldly. Let's go, Lu Ming smiled and walked out of the doorway. The Vermilion Bird stage was located on the east side of the foot of the Vermilion Bird Peak. It was very spacious since it was specially designed for Hall apprentices to duel against each other. At that moment, there were already thousands of people
there something
crowding
I
around the
can do?
Vermilion Bird
The
Hall.
Risen Gods are my
New
responsibility
apprentices,
too.
but there were mostly
good that you're
senior
back.
apprentices and elders
You know
were
more
present.
about the Risen
It was
Gods than
unheard to
anyone.
have the newly
Not
emerged apprentice
surprising,
champion
since you
challenging a
technically set them
senior
loose in the
apprentice
first
who was
place.
4 to 5 years older to a
Now,
duel. Many were
let's not
there
dwell
because
on
they
the
were
past
intrigued.
mistakes.
Where did Lu Ming get that? Confidence
The
and
cult
courage
has
were all.
its hooks deep in the
Suddenly,
city,
a voice
Damn,
rang
who's
where
out.
that?
workers
Absolute
sit down
Belmont
fires?
mystery
was
and
here.
They
changes.
don't upgraded
Now
they
the
damn
old
character
power
models.
given
Now
away
they
by
look
the
even
gods.
better.
People
We'll
by their
have to get
side.
And if this
along
gonna be the last time they gonna
for
make
survival.
Bioware gonna make a game on
Moving
like
platforms.
What do you
on
do?
like the engine,
You
shit.
promised to lay
Did
low.
a good job on this. This is a good single player
Mulan
RPG.
walked
It's
daintily
good.
with her group, which included Feng Wu and Yuan Wei.
It's just
They
it's
two made
not
their
as
way to the viewing
big
platform
and
in the
as
upper
open
area.
world as
Chapter 57,
everybody think it's
Fighting
gonna
Ning
be.
Fen
No,
Translator.
it's not. It's so
Endless
fun.
Fantasy Translation Editor. Endless Fantasy Translation. New Land, I heard you're the one who recommended Lu Ming
Your
to the
Magister
Mist.
may
Sword
bar
Sec
us
looks
to
like your
Magi.
foresight isn't
I
any
watched
good.
you argue
Lu Ming
against
may have
slavery
some
in the
potential,
Magisterium.
but he will die
But I have no
prematurely due
idea
to
you
his
were a
arrogance.
Shadow
Ning Kong
Dragon.
mocked New Land pursed
I know
her
you,
lips and
Yuto.
said icily, your son's
Look,
the one that will die a
they told me
premature
Varric
death.
stole you away for a
HMPH,
job.
really? I hope you will still be able to say the same later. Ning Kong waved his hand exasperatedly and sat down. Swoosh. Ning Kong leaped
If
down from the
Varric
viewing
asked for your help,
platform.
you must be
His
I like
fingers
the
swift
math.
as a swallow.
Shame I
In a
missed
few
him while he was
strides,
here.
he had covered
I've
at
been
least
away,
50 meters,
laying
appearing
low
on the
after
Vermilion
all the
Bird stage in no time.
allegations.
What a
The
handsome
Venatori
technique. All the years
fabricated a
Ning Feng has
scandal and
spent
had my
practicing martial
magisterial
arts
title
truly
stripped
cannot be
from me.
overlooked. He's
I'm
reached the
sorry.
fifth stage
I
with this
heard.
inferior yellow
We
level
can talk
technique
about
that
later.
swallows 3
If you
hits.
want.
It's only
My
normal for
concerns
Ning
feel
Feng to reach
petty
such a
and
level
stacked
since
against
his
the
father's
Risen
guided him
Gods.
every step of
The
the way
Shadow
all these
Dragons have a
years,
lot
but
to
Lu Ming's
discuss.
just a
When
newly
you grow
enrolled
up, are
apprentice. At the
expected at
very
the
least,
Swan.
his martial
Me?
arts technique
The
is
Cult of
definitely no
Swan?
match for Ning
Why?
Feng. You're
The
right.
first warden is
Apprentices
here to
around
speak with
discussed
you.
fervently.
The
Lu
first
Ming's
warden?
here, one of the
Let's
apprentices
hope we
yelled.
actually get some help with
Pat.
Blight.
Lu Ming walked
Come
out
back
with
when you
Pang
can.
Shai and
I
Hua
think
Chi
we'll
by
need
his
your help
side.
again.
I never thought Lu Ming would still dare to show up. HMPH, he's here to die. I reckon he won't even survive 10 hits from senior brother Ning. 10 hits? I'd say even 3 hits are a miracle. Apprentices who sat by Ning Kong mocked as the crowd naturally parted ways for Lu Ming's entourage. Lu Ming then walked up calmly onto the Vermilion Bird stage until he stood face to face with Ning Feng. Haha, Lu Ming, you're actually here. I thought you'd hide away in your dorm like a scaredy cat, Ning Feng taunted. Did you think you're that powerful? Ning Feng. Lu Ming smiled nonchalantly. You'll soon find out. It's a fight to the death up here on the Vermilion Bird stage, Lu Ming. It's too late for you to have regrets now. Ning Feng smirked. Cut the bullshit and get on with it. I just hope that you don't disappoint me, Lu Ming said. Haha, disappoint you. Ning Feng roared in laughter as if he had just heard an extremely funny joke. He had been enrolled as a Vermilion Bird Hall apprentice for 5 years now. Although his talents were not exceptionally mind-blowing, he was not a weakling. Now, a month-old newbie was telling him straight to his face not to be a disappointment. What a joke, an absolute joke. Right then, Ning Feng's face darkened as he said, since you can't wait to die, I'll grant your death wish. Today, I'll be the one to trample on your confidence and destroy your dignity. He chuckled humorlessly as he moved quickly, striking his palm at Lu Ming. A black light shrouded his palms as Ning Feng's essential chi burst forth, cutting through the air with a shrill sound. It was the Black Lava Palm, inferior yellow-level martial arts technique. That's all? Was that meant to crush me? Lu Ming threw a punch with a faint smile on his face. The Flame Dragon Fist. Scalding hot gas filled the air as Lu Ming's fist flew out, and a faint dragon's cry slowly followed after. The punch was mighty and its force was unstoppable as it collided heavily with Ning Feng's palm. Bam! A resounding boom was heard as Lu Ming's fist and Ning Feng's palm slammed against each other. Gusts of hot air spewed outwards, spreading everywhere. Both Lu Ming and Ning Feng parted as soon as they collided.
telling us.
One figure staggered backward with 3 consecutive thumps. It was Ning Feng. Everyone was shocked. Was Ning Feng defeated with just one move? How was that possible? From the aura Ning Feng exerted, it was clear that he had a top 6th grade master realm cultivation. It was unbelievable for a top 6th grade master to be defeated by Lu Ming with just one punch. How was Lu Ming so strong? Ning Feng was stunned. He did not expect Lu Ming to really be this strong. In the crowd, Pang Shai cheered enthusiastically. Wow, nice one. All hail senior brother Lu Ming. At the viewing platform, Yu Lan's eyes flashed. A smile appeared on her face as she turned to Ning Kong and said, "It looks like Lu Ming's better." HMPH, it's too early to tell, Ming Kong scoffed. On the Vermilion Bird stage, Ning Feng roared in his heart. This Lu Ming's crazy talented. Destroy him. I must kill him today, or else, there'll no longer be a place for me in the Vermilion Bird Hall. Clang. His sword was unsheathed. Demonic wind sword technique tumbling clouds in the wind. At that same moment, Ning Feng unleashed his powers and sword chi exploded. He swung his sword and attacked Lu Ming with all his might, intending to kill. Lu Ming smirked coldly and unsheathed his own sword. His sword chi beamed like shooting stars, slicing the air with their piercing whistles. This was not the Onyx Blade sword, but the Celestial Star sword, the sword his father had left behind. The Onyx Blade sword was only a superior first-level spiritual weapon and was not strong enough for the duel with Ning Feng. On the other hand, the sword that Lu Ming's father left him was a superior, second-level spiritual weapon. That was sufficient enough to exhibit his strength at full power. Clang. Both swords collided with a roaring clang. Both Lu Ming and Ning Feng shuddered. They continued fighting. Clang. Clang. As the swords collided, sword chi spewed everywhere. The two fighting figures were visually drowned by the constant beams of sword light. Strong. So strong. Lu Ming can actually duel with Ning Feng, even with the demonic wind sword. Technique. Ning Feng's 5th stage superior yellow level sword technique. Lu Ming seems to be of equal fighting strength with his sword technique. Unbelievable. This duel's definitely worth watching. Senior apprentices could barely remain calm as they witnessed what was happening on stage. Demonic wind sword technique world execution through wind. Demonic wind sword technique mad hurricane wipeout. Ning Feng fought constantly with powerful moves from the demonic wind sword technique. In a flash, 50 moves were exchanged between both of them. Clang. Lu Ming and Ning Feng separated abruptly after a loud clang. I'll admit that you have pretty good skills to be able to duel with me like this, Lu Ming. But today, you shall die. Now, let me show you what I'm capable of. Boom. There was a sudden blast that came from within Ning Feng, and his aura increased at an alarming speed as a mountain-like aura erupted from him. 7th grade master Relf. Ning Feng's a 7th grade master. Lu Ming is done for. A 7th grade master realm is incomparable with a 6th grade master. Lu Ming's gonna die now that Ning Feng's broken through. What a waste of a super genius. So what if he's a genius? There are plenty of geniuses under the sun, and only God knows how many geniuses have died every year. Geniuses who don't live long are worth nothing. As soon as Ning Feng displayed a 7th grade master realm cultivation, almost everyone thought that Lu Ming was done for. On the viewing platform, Yu Lan, Feng Wu, and the rest looked shocked and worried. Haha, Ning Kong roared with laughter and said, "You didn't expect it, didn't you, Yu Lan? This time, Lu Ming must die." There was a glint in Yu Lan's eyes, but she did not respond. Deep down, she was unsure too. Could Lu Ming withstand Ning Feng's blows? I'll show you my full strength now, Lu Ming. The only price you have to pay for witnessing this is death. Ning Feng boasted proudly as a blood-red light flashed above him. Blood Meridian explosion. He had a 4th level Blood Meridian, so he had a 40% increase in power after his Blood Meridian explosion. Demonic wind sword technique tumbling clouds in the wind. Ning Feng's sword hacked towards Lu Ming accompanied by a howling gale that turned into beams of sword light. Although it was the same move, it was much stronger when compared to the one before that. That's more like it. On the Vermilion Bird stage, Lu Ming squinted and stomped heavily on stage. His body shot out like lightning. At the same time, his aura drastically increased as he shot out. Chapter 58, Spirit Exploding Pill Translator, Endless Fantasy Translation Editor, Endless Fantasy Translation. Boom. A formidable aura erupted from within Lu Ming. His essential chi flowed freely around him as his hair fluttered. At that moment, Lu Ming's aura did not seem weaker than Ning Feng's. In the duel with Ning Feng just now, Lu Ming had only exerted 50% of his power. Now, he was giving it 100%. Clang. As Lu Ming and Ning Feng's swords violently collided, sparks flew everywhere. Beams of razor-sharp sword chi pierced through the air and shot everywhere. Boom. Boom. Both Lu Ming and Ning Feng stumbled a few steps backward after a hit. Damn it. Die, Ning Feng roared as he attacked Lu Ming once more. Fight. Lu Ming's gaze hardened. His hair was blowing frantically in the wind as a strong fighting intent erupted from his body. He stomped hard and charged towards Ning Feng. Clang, clang. As Lu Ming and Ning Feng's attacks continued to collide, there was formidable sword chi everywhere as a result of that show. It was a few dozen moves in just the blink of an eye. There was no clear winner at that point. How could this be? Impossible. How is Lu Ming so strong? Ning Feng was shocked beyond words. He was a 7th grade Master Rel, and with his 5th stage superior yellow level sword technique that emphasized speed, he could say that his sword was as fast as lightning and as swift as the wind. Lu Ming could not only counter his attacks with a similar speed since his essential chi was no weaker than Ning Feng's. Little did he know that Lu Ming had cultivated a powerful martial arts technique. So his essential chi was 3 times the viscosity of normal essential chi. At the first stage of the True War Dragon technique, Lu Ming could already kill an opponent a grade higher than he was. Now that Lu Ming was on the 2nd stage of the True War Dragon technique, even if he was 2 grades higher than Lu Ming, he would have still lost to Lu Ming. Besides Ning Feng, approaching the first five, Lu Ming would actually come to the time of the 7th grade Master Rel Ning Feng. It was unimaginable. Everyone held their breath as they approached the stage intently so as not to disturb the new fighting on stage.
Hi! Hey!
On the stage, Ning Feng and Lu Ming continued to fight. The 7th grade Master Rel isn't the weak and evil so I can beat you as soon as I explode like blood meridians, but it's not the time for that yet. Besides, the blood meridian explosion time limit for the Master Rel is 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, Ning Feng will be no match.
If you want a more comfortable space, I'm sure there's empty rooms we haven't found yet.
I'd rather be somewhere I can smell soil and plants. Familiar, you know?
I do.
The blood red light on Ning Feng dissipated rapidly. The time limit for his blood meridian explosion was up. One hour on the viewing platform. Ning Feng's expression changed. Playing. The million word stage. And Ning Feng getting more small. This time, Ning Feng fell back on impact. His face paled, his blood trickled down the side of his mouth. Ning Feng's injured. The crowd rose to a clamor as they dogged at the stage. Ning Feng's blood meridian explosion time is up. Unexpectedly, Ning Feng isn't a match for Lu Ming. How incredible. Did you realize that Lu Ming's blood meridian has still not exploded? Well, I didn't realize this. It seems like it's true.
Rook,
Not shocking.
Ilaria sent word. He's got intel on Zara. He wants to meet up. Fancy a trip to Treviso?
Sounds like fun.
The Vermilion Bird stage, fellow elders, seniors, and new apprentices alike were all discussing what had happened chaotically. Senior brother Lu Ming, you're the best. Peng Shai waved his arms in the air excitedly while his face was bright red. Mighty senior brother Lu Ming, shortly after, apprentices started, shouting at the top of their lungs. These really able apprentices, they could not help but feel proud when they saw how strong Lu Ming, their fellow new apprentice, was. So when you're a senior apprentice, we, the new apprentices, can still defeat you. Instantly, Lu Ming gained many fans. This fellow, Mochi appeared as a slumber and sweat and deep within his eyes. He was usually proud, so when he first met Lu Ming, he had vowed to defeat him. However, he realized at that moment that Lu Ming's talents and potential were not what he could have. When he reflected, he only had one who gave him up. He was especially astonished. She had not
Normally,
been
my
pleased with
advice
the
on
challenge
befriending
they put to
abominations would be don't.
was being too big. She understood now that Lu Ming was not arrogant. He was confident and clearly had boasting privileges. Oh, Ning Feng, it looks like your precious son's gonna lose. Yu Lan had a full grin on her face while she giggled. Are you sure? Who's to determine the outcome of the battle now? Ning Feng said coldly as he clenched his fists tightly as the intent to kill flashed through his eyes. What? A bad feeling rose in Yu Lan's heart. On the Vermilion Bird stage, Lu Ming spoke calmly as he looked at Ning Feng. Ning Feng, your blood meridian explosion time is up. Now, to send you on your way. Haha, you wanted to defeat me. Dream on, Lu Ming. You forced me to do this. Ning Feng let out a sinister laugh and popped the pill into his mouth. A powerful, brutal wave of aura exploded out of Ning Feng as he swallowed the pill. He was 2 times more formidable than before. Go to hell, Lu Ming. Ning Feng roared, his eyes turning bloodshot. He stomped so hard that the stage vibrated. Then, he transformed into a gale and attacked Lu Ming. I shouldn't tackle him head on. Seriousness glinted in Lu Ming's eyes as he moved out of the way with dragon serpent steps. Unfortunately, he was still too late as Ning Feng's sword chi sliced towards him. Lu Ming locked him forcefully with his sword as a gust of brutally sharp force threatened to overwhelm him, causing him to slide backward for 10 meters. On the viewing platform, Yulan shot up from her seat and bellowed furiously, "Spirit exploding pill. You're despicable, Ning Kong. How could you use spirit exploding pills? This duel is no longer just. It ends right now. What do you think you're doing, Yulan? It's a battle to the death upon the Vermilion Bird stage. No one said anything about not allowing pills." Ning Kong stood up as well, smiling calmly. "A battle to the death. It's no longer fair game if pills are involved." Yulan learned as she attempted to rush onto the Vermilion Bird stage. A great warrior.
I'm glad.
Ning Kong and
Time to
Long
get to work.
He snickered. "Yulan, duels on the Vermilion Bird stage are fast."
What's he been saying now?
Are you gonna go against the set rules? Damn it. Despicable. Yulan gritted her teeth while her eyes bulged out. Her movements were locked down by Ning Kong's aura. On the Vermilion Bird stage, Ning Kong attacked crazily. Die. Obey. Demonic pencil technique. Execution. Demonic pencil technique that hurricane by battle. Violent winds of sword cheat. Almost and pierced through the air, aiming to head Lu Ming's head off. He's twice as strong now, so all I can do is just to avoid its cutting edge and look for opportunities to kill him. Lu Ming quickly with dragon circle steps as he blocked the sword chi attack aimed at him. Lu Ming did not stop taking steps backward after Ning Fen's 7 to 8 moves. Totally impressed by Ning Fan, dripping down his mouth. Chapter 59, Killing Ning Fen Translator, Endless Fantasy Translation Editor, Endless Fantasy Translation. Ning Fan actually took the spirit exploding pill. Despicable. It's like Lu Ming's metal moves. Once those who were watching, some shook their heads inside while some snarked icily. Lu Ming was forced to counter after a clear moves. It was getting more and more dangerous for him. At the viewing platform, Yulan learned as she threw a punch at Ning Kong. Scram. Ning Kong. Yulan, are you gonna break the set rules as a chief elder? Ning Kong matched Yulan's palm technique as he snapped. Fortunately, both Yulan and Ning Kong had to be careful with their strength. If not, the viewing platform would have crumbled to pieces. Disgusting. Fun Wu, Yuan Wei, and their nursery, but they were caught by the truth that Ning Kong brought with him. On the Vermilion Bird stage, Ning Fen's attacks swept through like a tornado. They were vicious and brutal. Lu Ming retreated as he but his gleaming eyes were clear as days. He stared intently at Ning Fan. He was looking for an opportunity. Die. Mama, die. Ning Fan cackled. He was oppressing Lu Ming, and he had never felt better. How dare you go against me, you filthy imbecile? How dare you embarrass me by challenging me to a duel? Now, tremble before me and regret. Laughing hysterically. Now, Lu Ming's eyes shone like the sun. He stopped retreating and leaped towards Ning Fan. As he beat, a blood-red light flashed on Lu Ming as he exploded his blood radiance. This would be the strongest. Now that his blood radiance had risen to the 4th level, he could shake the attacks he received and increase his strength by 20%. Lu Ming's actions showed everyone to the edge of their seats. What was Lu Ming doing? Was he that eager to die? Ning Fan was slightly taken aback. He laughed nastily and said, "No matter what you're planning, at me." Screeching sword chi emerged to form a sword chi storm that quickly approached Lu Ming. However, when the sword chi landed on Lu Ming, he almost shuddered slightly and continued to almost towards Ning Fan. Lu Ming raised his right hand and held Ning Fen's long sword with his battle sword. He held his left hand with a heavy punch. It all happened so quickly that Ning Fan had no time to react. As Lu Ming's punch landed sturdily, Ning Fen's hand showed focus and punched violently toward Ning Fen's hand shield. Lu Ming's chi cyclone vibrated vigorously and was on the verge of exploding. Ning Fen's aura dropped drastically like a punctured balloon and returned to the 7th Great Master realm in a heartbeat. It did not stop there as it continued dropping to stop at the top of 6th Great Master realm. Ning Fen's cultivation was far from stable since he had just broken through to the 7th Great Master realm. Lu Ming's punch severely destroyed the Berserk essential chi from his consumption of the spirit exploding pill and he returned to his 6th